Hello, everyone. Welcome. We'll get started shortly. Hello, Mary. Welcome. Welcome, Mary. We'll get started shortly. This evening is our Q&A. Q&A. We'll get started shortly. We'll get started shortly, guys. Q&A this evening. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome. We'll get started shortly. This evening is a Q&A, so questions and answers class. We'll get started shortly. Q&A this evening. Welcome, everyone. We'll get started shortly, guys. Q&A this evening, Q&A. We'll get started shortly. We'll get started shortly, guys. Hello, Gerald. Welcome, Gerald. Welcome.
Hey, David.
Hello. We'll get started shortly. This evening is our Q&A class. So questions on the markets, any trades that you guys are in, the trading systems, anything in general relating to trading. We'll get started shortly. And we'll also take a look at the markets. Q&A this evening. We'll get started shortly. Hey, Zaire, welcome, Zaire, welcome. We'll get started shortly, guys. Q&A this evening, so Q&A. Hope you guys have your questions ready. So Q&A. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. All right, I'm going to share my trading screen. All right. All right. So as you guys know, on Mondays we do Q&A. All right. So this is your opportunity to ask any questions, whether it's on the systems, trading in general, right? The markets, any trades that you guys you're in or you're interested in getting in. So anything at all. And we also look at the markets. So I'm gonna open the floor. Any questions, guys? Any questions that you guys have? Anything pressing? Any questions at all on the markets at all or trading in general? And Mary, you have anything? Any questions, Mary? Gerald? Any questions at all?
No, David, not right now. Thank you.
All right now. Okay. All right. As I go through the markets, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. All right. So either raise your hand in the chat or just stop me. All right. We talked about some of this last night in the Forex futures and crypto class. But nothing has really changed. You know, the markets, well, the equity markets was closed today. All right. So we'll see what happens as the market opens tomorrow. I think we've got in Sniper 2 longs, one short. In Sniper, you guys should see my screen here, Monster Futures. All right. The really good news is that the dollar is continuing to move higher. It's up this evening, so that's really good. All right. The equity markets, so the E-mini for the Dow, Nasdaq, S&P, and Russell, they're slightly up this evening. So the Dow is up 32 points this evening. All right, so slightly up. But we know the overall direction is short. This is going to be an interesting week, okay, for the markets. If you guys look here, right, this is not, we put everything on a weekly time frame. All right, we put everything, we moved it for, we started when we got the buy signal, right, on this move here, we put it on the 240, then got it on the daily, and then we got sell signals on the 240, sell signals on the daily. So we're back on the weekly. So what that means is we really should not be in stocks. All right. We are looking on the Dow. This is going to be a big support here. And again, just stop me if you guys have any questions. This is important because we're still in the markdown phase here, lower highs. So pay attention to this stuff, guys. Don't just get into these markets. Lower highs. We got green candles, fails. We got red candle here. So sellers are definitely coming back into this market. We have support here, right? Here's where we had our previous buy signal here. All right. Here we hit support right here. All right, pull back a bit, right? Nice pullback here. I'll say that's a bear market rally right here. And here we are, okay? So we'll look, this week will be important, all right? We would like to see, and I know this goes against everything, right? But what we would like to see is some selling, continued selling this week, all right? And perhaps break support. We need this level to break, all right? All right, and we need selling, real selling to come in, all right? Real selling to come in. And hopefully that will happen. That will happen soon, okay? So support is here.
Hey, David.
Isaiah.
Yeah. So Thursday,
Mm-hmm.
Thursday will be another big day. After, I know you were asking a lot yesterday about non-farm payroll, which is gone, but like I think it's gone. But Thursday will be a big day after Jerome Powell speaks for the dollar.
Oh, okay.
That's
okay.
gonna be big.
Okay, so he's is he when I don't even track
I
the
know you don't,
news anymore.
but like the last time, that's what changed the rotation for the dollar. Like
Okay.
for the Nasdaq, the S&P, so it sunk after it
Okay.
peaked, and then the market followed. So Thursday, it will be something that I guess the market is watching also.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
so
is that rates? Is he looking at rates, increasing rates then? Or 70?
that's what you kind of look at the financial. Yeah.
Okay.
So the market kind of like, I mean, I know it's what September, so it's like, okay, is it turning back, going back up, going back to October? But I know, or it continue going down, but I know for sure on Thursday is gonna have some shaking up in that market.
Okay. I think that he's looking at what, a 75 basis points. I think I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Okay. So
somewhere there.
we should get some movement then. Yeah. Well, yeah, thanks, Zaire. But just keep in mind that this area here is I wouldn't say it's a big support area, but it is a concern. So yeah, if non-farm payroll hasn't been jobs hasn't been really moving the markets. Interest rates has, right? Um, so yeah, and that's you said, Zaya, that's on Thursday, this Thursday.
Yeah, on Thursday, because after non-farm payroll came out last week, I noticed the market did a pull back, but it continuing its downward trend after. So I'm like, it's respecting that downward trend. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah. All right. Same thing with the S&P. All right, same thing with the S&P. So as we go into this week, just we really shouldn't be in stocks. All right. So here is redistribution down here. All right, that's the S&P. We've got more room for the S&P. All right. All right. So lower highs, lower lows. But I think the big thing is sellers. Sellers are coming in. All right. Let's see here. So we always have to keep that in mind. All right. So that's your big macro, right? Hey, Stella, welcome. All right. Zaya, are you doing anything with puts? Are you doing any shorts? Or
No, you're not doing any puts, no shorts right now. I'm waiting for that. Like I'm waiting. Well, tomorrow, the market actually opens, and then I can play around. But it's like for sure on Thursday I'll be like I'm on the sideline for sure.
okay. Here is the Nasdaq. You guys know the Nasdaq really made a nice move down before, and then this pullback right here. This is almost perfect. All right, almost perfect here. Look at here, right? White candles, right? Red candles came in clearly in the markdown phase, redistribution. White candles here, red candles. So sellers are back in, very similar. So we'll look to test this support. I'm really liking this price action, right? We really would like to see real selling. We can't move higher in this market, right, until we get real selling come in. And it is what it is, right? But we need, otherwise we're gonna, we'll hang around kind of like here for a while. And just like what Bitcoin is doing. We need it. As traders, we need those prices to come down. We need these markets to kind of go through that phase. And it seems like it's taken forever, but it's the same thing, that it did when it going up, right? It didn't go up quickly, right away, right? So same thing, it's working its way down. Okay, so, but this is really encouraging. If we're on the right side. So if we're long stocks, all right, this is not good. But if we're waiting, anticipating, all right, even looking to get puts, all right. So you guys, those of you who look to get puts or shorts, we could see where that might start to open up a bit this week. All right. And any questions on this? So use your systems. All right, use your systems. The VIX is holding nicely. All right, the VIX is holding right at 25. Let's see here. So it's right at 25 here. All right. So it's still holding. Hopefully we'll get it to move higher. All right. So right now we do want this market to move lower. All right. So we need to switch hats. All right. We want it to move lower because that's the direction it's moving. All right. All right. That's the direction it's moving. So we want it to move lower. Move lower. All right. All right. Look at Bitcoin here. Really, really testing support here on that redistribution. All right. 19,007. 1 second here. Huh. These numbers are not moving here. Is the market closed? I didn't even check to see. Oh, okay. I thought we had some action earlier. Okay. If you guys notice here, we've got now 25 pairs that are above 20. So keep an eye on this. We talked about this last night, right? So Forex is starting to slow down a bit. It's consolidating. So we have only 25. I think when we spoke yesterday, we had 29 pairs that were above 20. Now we only have 25 pairs that are above 20. Okay. So keep that in mind. We have more pairs that are consolidating than that are breaking out or starting a trend. Okay, so that's a concern. Keep that in mind. All right. Any questions on this? Guys, any questions here on this? Yeah, keep that in mind here. The yen pairs, things are all over the place, right? So the yen pairs, we have a couple of the yen pairs here. All right, that are nicely in markup phase, but no real rotation. And then the dollar pairs are still, we look at the dollar index here, it's still holding right here. Okay. I don't know why. Do you guys, Stella, are you getting any data from TradeStation?
No, I'm not near my computer.
You're not near it?
year.
Okay, Zaire, are you getting any data from TradeStation? I'm getting futures data. I'm not getting any Forex data.
Oh, I'm on my phone, David.
You're on your phone. Okay. So I don't know what's going on. Usually, even with a holiday, we'll get Forex data. And the holiday is over. Should be back to work. So I don't know why we're getting futures data. That's really strange. We're getting futures data here, but we're not getting Forex data. Okay, very strange. Very, very strange. Huh. All right. Okay, so Stock Boss, Stella, this is your trade here. Stock Boss, we'll see what happens. You know, things are tightening up a bit. All right, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. Okay. But just be careful. All right, just be careful. Monster ETF, we had seen some short opportunities last week, and that's drying up. Here's some short stock. So nothing major in these markets. All right, nothing major. Yeah. Okay, yeah. No data. All right. Okay. All right, guys. Any questions for me? Any questions for me? I don't have much. This evening. Any questions? So everything is the same, right? Everything is the same as far as the dollar, right? The dollar, Bitcoin, same, right?
The Euro yen, it made a nice little run, right?
Euro yen.
Got it. If you get a chance, please.
Euro yen. I'm going to check. You talking about this move here, Zaire? This is euro yen on the 240.
Yeah, on the 240 is from that buy signal right there. So it's when all up. I know the other ones are like consolidating. It looks like, you know, like a mess, but this one looks, it was going actually great.
Okay, so wait a second here. Now we've got some data. We've got some data moving coming in. So the market is open. I guess there's no volume, no volatility. Wow. I don't think I've seen this like this. It's really quiet. Look at that. Really quiet. Really, really quiet. You guys see that? It's really quiet. Huh. It is open, but no movement. So, but I'm sure we'll see, you know, in the Euro session, 2-3 a.m. in the morning, this should pick up. But I'm surprised. I'm surprised that it's that slow. Yeah, Zaire, we've seen a move. I don't know where this move came from. With the yen pairs.
Yeah, that was going from last week, David. So now it's like kind of quiet, but yeah, I'm just watching for a new rotation, as well as the Euro CHF. I mean the USD CHF.
USD CHF.
Yeah, so that one I'm watching, USD CHF, and then the Euro JPY. Those are, those are the two that I'm actually watching right now.
But you're not in.
Not anymore.
Okay. We'll probably get a sell signal here. We'll see.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a nice little sell signal and then just like go. And I'll be
You're looking to short it?
hopefully, if all goes well, yeah, but because it's right there at it's right there where the sellers and the buyers like confusing. So kind of be, have to be cautious. But if it does give a signal, then I'm all in.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is where sellers came in before, right? And you've got a purpose support and resistance here. Yeah. I mean, I would wait, right? Get some red candles, right? Make sure, but yeah. And that's dollar Swiss, but I would be careful. The dollar here is looking strong. The dollar here. But
yeah, if it breaks above, we can go long also.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for I'm just waiting to see what direction it goes strong.
Tricky. This has been a very tricky market. I would say in the last couple of months or so, it's been very, very tricky. Because even here we got purpose support and resistance. We clearly up in that markup phase. The dollar could really break out and it could kind of slow down, and it's been moving up for a while, right? Since when? Since February, so beginning of the year. And so that's a nice move on the dollar, and we've taken advantage of those moves, right? But it might. We need things to break out, right? We just need things. We don't, whether the markets break out to the downside, to the upside, we don't care at this point. We just need things to break out. So we get movement in these markets. And that, we can see that here with Bitcoin. I mean, it hasn't done anything, right? It's stuck between this range here. So a lot of these markets have been, they were moving well, and now they kind of stuck between not a very tight range, but yeah, enough to slow things down. So, understand what we're dealing with. Now is not the time to go heavy. All right. Now is not the time to go heavy. Let's see here. So yeah, your thought process is right. All right. Hey, Tylak, your thought process is right. I would. So let's see here. I mean, they've moved up. These dollar pairs have moved up. And we talked about this last night. Hey, Tylak, that if we are going to take positions, remember we talked about that a lot of the dollar pairs, they're trading near the highs of the chart. And we usually like to get our trades coming out of that markdown phase. And we've been getting very high buy signals, right? So Zaya, your thought process is right. Even if you guys take a position up in this area here, just be very, very careful. I wouldn't go heavy. And just be very quick to get out, because we're, all right. So, right, perhaps holding and waiting for short signals might be the better play. all right, might be the safer play. And understand we're still, you know, we're consolidating. Like I said, right, we have 25 pairs now. So out of our 57 pairs, only 25 that are over 20. All right, and we could continue to see things consolidate a bit. All right, so it is what it is. All right, it is what it is.
Is the Nasdaq and the S&P, are they negatively or positively like correlated to like the dollar Swiss? I know they're down, but the dollar Swiss is up.
Yeah, well, yeah. So if they're short, you'll find right now there's a correlation, right? So short the equity markets, long the dollar. All right, or you know, that's the correlation right now. Okay, so if we look here, all right, so long this on a daily time frame, long the dollar. We'll take a look at the Nasdaq here. Short, look at short the Nasdaq. So now Nasdaq is going short. The S&P is short, right? The Dow is short, and the dollar is long. All right. So right now, that's what's going on. It's not always the case, right? But it happens a lot. Right? It happens a lot. So that's why it's tricky.
Yeah, is Gerald on this call?
Was that?
Is Gerald on the call?
Gerald?
He's not on this call.
We have two Geralds. Which Gerald? We have two Geralds.
Oh,
yeah. We have,
I know.
yeah.
Huh?
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Zaya.
No, I'm not sure which one. I know we had another Gerald that he was very interactive. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, so Gerald, we have two Geralds, and the Gerald that you're referring to is not on the call, on this call. Yeah. But so this is why understand why things are happening. And Zaya, I'm glad you mentioned that, right? That correlation. I don't think, it doesn't look like the equity markets are oversold. They're not oversold. All right, they're not oversold. And the dollar, let's see if it's overbought on the daily. But we know the equity markets, this is a new move back down through that markdown phase. So we could go much, much lower in the equity markets. On the dollar, we're definitely overbought. All right. So I wish we were oversold. If we're oversold on the equity markets, right? Then we could see these markets move. That's why we need right now, right? Right now, the best thing would be for the equity markets to really move lower, for things to move. So if you guys look here, this on the weekly time frame on the dollar, it's definitely overbought. I mean, look, very extended. It's definitely overbought, right? I mean, look at here. This is RSI, right? RSI is right here, so it's definitely overbought. All right, so all here, right? Red, all this red is overbought. Here's our buy signal here. And this is on a weekly time frame. You guys can see that clearly is due for a pullback, right? Now it could move higher, but it's definitely overbought. Now, if we take a look at, let's take a look at the take a look at the NASDAQ. On the weekly time frame, let's take a look at the NASDAQ here. It's not oversold. See here, it's not oversold. It was oversold here, but it's not oversold here. All right. On the Dow, all right, it's not oversold. All right. So this is a tricky area. All right. As far as big picture, macro, right? Because this is weekly time frame. It's not oversold like here, where we could see the market, the equity markets turn around. All right, it's kind of consolidating a bit, but still in a markdown phase. All right, so we really need things to move. We need movement in this market. Yeah, we can't make any money, or where we can, but we're not going to get a lot of. That's why we're not getting any rotations, guys. Any nice rotations is because of, markets are flat. But Zaire, you said Thursday we got some data coming out. If it's big enough, it could move these markets. All right.
Yeah, because after you spoke the last 2 weeks, that's what pushed down the market. So if he continue with that, that like market sentiments, chances are, we just never know. Hopefully it can be positive or negative. It's just something that we have to watch. But that's what give us that pullback. The market did not like what his response was.
Yeah. Where we know, interest rates have been moving higher. That's not good. That's never good for the markets, right? And we're going to assume that the news out there, the data out there is negative, right? So we're going to assume, based on the price action here, right, that it's negative. It's going to take a lot to move the markets, right? I mean, this is 2 weeks of selling here. All right, so we'll assume that bad news, more bad news is coming. When you guys remember, when we look at the markets, right? Markup phase, good news. The news is built in right into the price. Markup phase, good news. Markdown phase, bad news. All right, so we might have good news for the day, but the overall, the bad news, the negative news is what's causing, right, this markdown phase, right? Good news, right, it's what's causing this markup phase. All right, so what happens a lot too is that when we're in the markdown phase like this, we'll continue to get bad news, negative news. All right. Even when there is good news, right? The interpretation of that news, all right, could be bad for the markets. So, Zaire, even if there's good news, I don't think, there's enough good news to turn things around, right? A lot would have to happen. Yeah, a lot would have to happen. I mean, look at this, right? If we were going to take a bet, right? This would be the direction here. All right. Yeah. Until at some point we'll know. You guys have done this enough. We'll know when buyers are coming back in. All right, when buyers are coming back in. But this is the time when we also understand that September, you know, you guys, I've said this before, right? You guys have probably heard the saying, sell in May and go away, right? Sell in May and go away. All right. So the summer months, right? So June, July, August, September, that's usually when we get bearish markets. And that's usually when we get lots of crashes, right? So you guys go back and look at, you know, all the major crashes that we've had in the markets. It's usually in the summer months, right? Going into September, the markets will usually bottom out in September, all right? And then, so third quarter is usually when we see the markets correct really, really heavy. And most traders, most of the big hedge funds, big traders, they're usually not in the markets. You know, they're usually on vacation, right? On holiday during the summer months. Okay, so the volume is usually light in the summer months. So that's where most of your corrections happen in the summer months. All right. Usually September is usually brutal for the markets. So as we go through this, keep that in mind, you know. All right, September is usually very, very bearish for the markets. All right. And then what will happen, let me see if I can, let me put on, we've got some more time here. So keep that in mind. So there is a seasonality to this too. And then what happens is for the fourth quarter, right? So October, November, December, right? You'll see mid-October, right? We'll see buying come back into the market to really close out the year. All right. So if you guys have heard of the Christmas rally, all right, that's usually what happens. So so we would like to see this market come down. Hold on one second. So time is what I need. Huh. Let's see here. 1 second, guys. All right, here we are. I'm gonna move this to a daily. So let's see. So if you guys look here, so here, this is just an example. So here is August. This is the Dow where the market made a high. Here's August here. All right. So that's August right here, where the market made a high and then the market made a low in October. You guys see that? Made a low here in October. So right here, all right, market made a high in August. All right, made a low in October. All right, and then from October all the way to November, It made another high. So that's your Christmas rally right here. That's your Christmas rally. Now sometimes it'll go even past December into January. So they sold off for the summer, right? And then in October, pushed everything back up. You guys see that? Yes or no? Let's see here. I'm trying to get more data here. Look at a couple more examples and we'll be done. 20 years. So hopefully we would like to see, let's see. And here's another example here. Made a high. Now it's not perfect, but made a high in October, right here, made lower highs. All right. And then lower highs, lower lows. And then in November, right, here's your Christmas rally right here. Here's your Christmas rally. Where is it? Oh, I lost it. Oh, I lost it. Yeah. All right. Here's another one here. All right. Here's another one here. So made a high in August, made a low in September, right? And then look here, made a low in September. All right. This is where we are right now, right? We're in September. So made a low in September, but we need that market. We need some more selling to come in to make that low. All right. So we need getting like oversold territory. And then look what happened in September. All right. All the way November. All right. All right. December. And this is what traders are looking for. So we need that selling. And, you know, we can go back many years and you guys will see example after example. We're buying, right? We'll have good. So get ready, right? Get ready. But we need the market. We need real selling to come in. All right. So, so traders could get a cheaper price. They need a cheaper price, a lower price, right? So, all right. So this is good. The selling that we get in here is good. And it's good timing too. It's perfect timing. This is where we want it to come in. This is where and when we want that selling to come in. All right. So while everyone else is worried, we're anticipating what's next, right? Put it on the weekly time frame. All right. A good if you guys want to do more research, it's called the Trader's Almanac. All right. I have it here, the Trader's Almanac, and it will go over the seasonalities. Okay. But we do need some more selling. We do need, you know, we early in the month. So if we can get some really good selling to come in, that'll be great. All right, and then we could perhaps get a move back in here. We'll see a lot of this, we'll see it in heat seeker, right? We'll see heat seeker start moving again. All right.
Yeah, David, before you go, have you look at Apple before you go?
Apple, okay,
APPL.
okay. All right, Apple. APPL. What's the symbol, Zaire? APPL. Zaire, what's the symbol? Oh, isn't it AAPL? Okay, AAPL. Okay.
Yeah, David, AAPL. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So yeah, so that will be indicative of what's gonna happen to the market, because like after that correction, now we have a lot of sellers come in. So that once it starts to reverse, then it will give me a good idea of what the buyers are thinking of the market also.
Okay, repeat that.
I'm sorry. No, I'm saying I'm watching this also because I was doing like puts on it.
Okay.
Yeah. So once the sellers come out of this, the Apple market, then that will give me an idea. Okay, now it's time to buy.
Yeah. If you guys look here, I'm glad we're talking about it because I haven't given a lot of thought to the seasonality, but it is setting up nicely here. And it will tie in with that markup phase, right? So we're here in September. If you guys look here, so Zaire, if you guys look here, let me put this on a weekly. Okay, so if we were looking to do something with Apple, okay, it's at what, 150, what is it, closed out 155, Zaire, on Friday. Let's see here.
I'm sorry, David. Where's that you're breaking up?
Yeah, it closed at what on Friday? 155. What? Yeah, 155. 155. I would say. We could get back down here. I mean, we'll see. But we've got a white candle here. We got some selling this week, a red candle. Here is where we've got pretty good previous support, decent support. All right, if we break this, we could go lower. All right. I think, honestly, guys, I think we're gonna get some selling. All right. I think we'll get some selling in these markets. All right. Everything is pointing to more selling. All right. Before we move higher. Anything can happen. But I think that's what we're looking at. We're looking at perhaps more selling to come in. And hopefully we get a lot of selling, right? Hopefully we get a lot of selling. If you were to do something with Apple, I know you're looking to go long, but this might be a short. This might be a short here. Let me see here. And then I'll do this and then we'll be done. Let's see if we have a short signal. Okay, so no short signal yet. All right. But if we break this, right, if we break this support right here, we could get a sell short signal. On the 240, let's see what it's doing on the 240. On the 240, it should have a sell short signal. 24. All right, so we do, Zaire, look at this. We have a sell short signal on the 240 right here. All right. And coming out of, look at that, coming out of our distribution, marked down. Look at that. So we could get back down here, support. Support. No, even shorts are tricky, but you know, support is all the way down here. All right. So that's the setup right now. All right. You see that? So support is right here. Here is support, right? We're breaking that support here. So the markets sell off, right? We can definitely get back down in this area here and then test support right here. All right. So look at that. All right. Failed resistance right here. Right? Failed to break resistance right here. Right. All right. Failed to break resistance, sellers came in. 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 All right, so here is where we've got decent support right here. So we could go back down to test this support. Not good. Not good for the markets. Not good. You see that, Zaire?
I see, David. I see it.
Yeah. 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 Clearly under 240. All right. So this would be perhaps a decent short, right? But if you're waiting to go long, we might get that opportunity down here if it holds support, or if it breaks support, go lower, you know, then I am telling you guys, right? If we're patient, just wait, right? Wait. Let these markets, right? We should be out of equities. Let this market correct, right? Let it correct, let it correct. And hopefully it corrects a lot, right? And then we could get that Christmas rally, right? We usually do. It's very seldom where we do not get a Christmas rally. We usually, because you know, that's where all that buying come in, right? That's, you know, companies, you know, they make their year in the fourth quarter, right? Because of Christmas, Thanksgiving, all of that buying we've got that's coming. So hopefully we need that selling. We need that selling in September. I think we might get it. It's heading that way. All right. So that's the positive that's out there. That's the one positive thing I think that's out there that could really move these markets for us, is that we get some strong selling the rest of the month, and then hopefully going into late October, right? Mid to late October, really gets a nice sell-off, and then get a nice move, nice up move for the fourth quarter, finish up the year. Big macro thinking, okay? But all right, that could happen. All right, guys, I've gone on long enough. I will see you guys on Wednesday. We have a beginners class tomorrow, and Wednesday and Thursday. All right, take care, guys. All right, hope this helps. Take care. Bye-bye.